Welcome everyone, Friar Tuck here. This is my epoch. So I have had a lot of people on my live streams been asking me, saying, "Hey, look, I'm about to be homeless. I don't know what to do. I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of scared." They've been asking questions like, "What do I do?" And they've been asking other questions that I've answered during some of my live streams. So maybe my last 3 or 4 live streams you might want to watch if you want some more detailed advice for maybe a question that I answered there but didn't think about doing a video for it. But if you're brand new to being homeless and you really need you really need some advice on how to be able to conduct yourself, I do playlists, and I do have, like, the last video I did was a really good one. And I give homeless survival tips. But when you're first homeless versus you've been out there in a while, you just kind of need some extra guidance on maybe some things that you should do or things that you didn't think of. That there's a little bit of a difference there. Okay, so when you first go out and you're homeless, first thing you should always do is sit back and formulate a plan. Even when I go into a new city, it takes me 3, 4, 5 days to get set up. That's part of the reason why I show up with a little bit of money in my pocket, so that I can cover my basics while I sit there and get the lay of the land. Okay, but during that, while you're watching what's going on, you need to be formulating your plan. Watch how money's being made. It's not always being made through panhandling. There's other ways to make money, and that's why, like, I talk about going and commingling with some of the homeless, just to kind of see how they do it. Okay, that's one piece of advice that I would give you to just start off with. Once you've formulated your plan, then the next thing that you need to consider is how you're going to implement it. One, but also you just you need to make sure that you have the necessary resources that you need. So let's say you decide, okay, I'm in Cincinnati. I'm going down south for the winter. I'm going to snowbird it, so on and so forth. What is the infrastructure that you're going to create that is going to allow you to go back and forth and kind of be in ease? Maybe even turn it into a business and get yourself up and on your feet. Okay. The other thing is conducting yourself. You need to kind of do more listening and more watching than you need to do talking. Don't give away a lot of personal information. Don't tell us your life story or anything else like that, because that can not only be used against you by people that do not have your best interest in mind, because they're gonna, come on, man, you were da 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 da, you can't help me out. Okay, so that is also something that you need to consider, is because at a certain point when you first start, the quiet one that really doesn't say a lot, he's going to be the guy that people are going to be the most curious about. One, two, you're going to seem more like a seasoned vet, because seasoned vets aren't going to sit there and tell their life story or tell how they came out, or give some sort of sob story, or so on and so forth. Okay, another thing that I would tell you is, if you and I were sitting back having a beer together and you were telling me, "Oh, it's my first time homeless. What do I do?" You need to, at least to start off with, while you're looking to be able to get your infrastructure set up. So I'm taking a look at this from like a home bum point of view, because most of you, if you're going to be homeless, you're going to end up being home bums. You're going to stay in the same area. Either you plan on getting a job, starting a business, or so on and so forth. But whatever you do, just don't give up. It's not the end of the world. You can make it out of this, so don't get discouraged. Okay, but from a home bum's perspective, you're gonna want to get your food stamps, just because you got to find the food lines. Your food stamps can also be a form of trade. I'll give you this if you give me that. I'm not talking about money. What I'm talking about is other things that you may need, such as toiletries or whatever. You can make trades with people, and it's perfectly legal, as far as as long as you're not exchanging it for money and going out and selling them. Like, if you say, "Hey, I'll give you $5 worth of my food stamps so you can go buy me some toothpaste," that is perfectly fine, and well within the realm, because in food stamps you have the ability to trade your food stamps for rent. Okay, so this is something else that you can think about. Maybe you want to network with people, get to know people. But here's the thing: your attitude, the way that you portray yourself, and what you do when you're out there and you're talking to people, that's how they're going to see you. So if you come across as mopey, depressed, woe is me, please help me, all those things, people aren't going to want to help you. People want to help those that want to help themselves. People want to help those that are positive, that have a positive outlook, because you've got to be able to sell them on the idea of what it is that you want to do. In the same way that even through here on YouTube, I have to sell you guys on the idea of me moving in a positive direction, because people want to help you reach your goals, but they're not going to help you if you're not going to stand up and do something on your own. This is rule number one, when getting back up on your feet. And a lot of people, they look at it and they think that you're begging or whatever, whether it be trolls on YouTube, or whether it's just people being jackwagons. But the overall thing is people help those who help themselves. Okay, so you need to kind of get over the depression and all the other things, and sometimes you may just need to swallow it and find things that will put you in a positive mood, that you can do that are also productive. So for example, when I'm in a bad mood, I fly my sign, too ugly to prostitute. The positive feedback that I get from people turns my mood around. I fold up my sign and I go, because I'm not there to make money. I'm there to make myself feel better and to be able to have some sort of interaction with society. But then through happenstance, people, because they appreciate it, just like you tip your server, they're entertained, and then they give me $1 or $2 or $5 or whatever. Okay, so you've got to be able to do things that are productive, that are also going to put you in a positive mood. Okay, and so this is just some basic things, beyond go get your food stamps, go find a shelter. Do you even want to stay in a shelter? Do you have the gear to stay in, to not be able to stay in a shelter? What about the city? What are the rules? Like how do they harass the homeless? Okay, these are things you're going to want to ask about your local environment, because if they're like here in Cincinnati, it's a little bit more open. I can sleep in certain areas that, let's say, in Chattanooga I could not, because of the way that they handle their homeless and that they deal with them, and the laws and stuff like that. Okay, so you do need to find the differences, but don't be scared to sleep outside. And sometimes staying in a shelter is more dangerous than sleeping outside. You need to be able to get used to the elements. You need to be able to get used to dealing with being out in the public and finding your points of privacy. Okay, so you're going to spend a lot of your day looking for resources, but you also need to find a point of privacy. So with those things, I say, you guys know how to help the channel. This is my talk with you as if we were sitting around having a beer, and these people over here want to sit and yell. So anyways, I will let you guys go. Everything else is in the description. Don't forget to share, and subscribe if you haven't.